This is Real Estate Coach Craig Proctor. Thank you for being with me today. We're going to talk about how to make money working with buyers in this current marketplace. Really doesn't matter what the market's, what's happening in the marketplace. If you are offering the right things, buyers and sellers will come to you. And we're going to explain how that works today. But first of all, check in. Let us know that you're with us here, the city, state, or province and state that you operate in. We get a lot of referrals here in Craig Proctor Nation, and we don't keep any of the money. We just introduce you guys to each other. So do check in. Let us know that you're here. I'm also going to be offering you a free report that you can access. It will summarize everything that we're talking about here today. And if you'd like to get the free report, just type your email address in, and we'll send that out to you. So today we're talking about how to make money with buyers in this current marketplace. I want to first talk about what you're doing right now. What is your big offer to buyers that would compel a buyer to want to work with you and nobody else? Now, what we've been taught to do and say to buyers is, I can email you daily updates of all the homes that match your criteria. I'm a great negotiator. I've lived in this area for 17 years. And let's look at each one of these, and we'll talk about why it really is not very effective today. First of all, how many of you would agree that the buyers feel that they don't need a real estate agent to find a house? Or at least they start their search online, believing, I really need a real estate agent. And I get that. If you were looking for a car or any expensive service or product, how many of you would start your search by going online versus, let's say, walking into a car dealership, right? So it's very normal. That's how we would operate. We start our search online. So it's very important that you've got a strong online presence. Okay, that's one of the things I want to talk to you about today. It used to be that, we would buy leads or generate leads, and we would try to call and chase the leads down to try to get them on the phone so we could qualify them and then try to get a meeting with them. And the reason we wanted the meeting is to explain our services so they would hire us. But today, I think you would agree, prospects are not answering the phone. Okay, they're not answering the phone. How many of you would agree it's very difficult when you buy these leads from Zillow, wherever you're buying these leads, it's very difficult to get the buyers and sellers on the phone. So if you can't get them on the phone, how do you get the meeting? And if you can't get them on the phone and you can't meet with them, how do you tell them what you do and what makes you different and better? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We are also going to talk about when you do finally speak with them, what should you be saying about you and your services versus I'm going to email you all the houses that you yourself can find on the internet. They're on to this now, right? That used to work. That used to be our go-to is we have secret information that you can't get. And if you work with me, I'll email you the daily updates of all the new homes on MLS, all the new listings on MLS. But they're on to that now. They know that they don't need a real estate agent. The very information that you're going to send them, they can get online on 17 different websites. And I think you'd also agree, some of these websites actually provide more information than what a real estate agent would provide. There's one website local to me where you can get the walk score, the restaurants in the area. You can find out the age of the people that live in the neighborhood. You can find out their income. You can find out all this information that you would not get from a real estate agent. So if you were the buyer and you knew this, you knew that you could get all the information that a real estate salesperson's offering you, plus even more information without a salesperson, you can see how that's attractive. So that's why when you say to them, I'm going to email you, the big deal you're going to get with me is I'm going to email you the daily updates of the new listings. They say, no, thank you. Or they say, I'm good. Also remember that offer that you've been taught to make is also the exact same offer that all the other real estate agents have been taught to make. So everybody's saying the same thing. What you need to offer is something that the buyers really, really want, but they don't know how to get it on their own, and it's not something that's being offered by other real estate agents. And you say, well, Craig, that sounds great, right? That's exactly what I need. So what is that and how do I do that? That's what we're going to discuss today. But before we get to that, let's go back to your offer. If you were speaking to a buyer today, you call 100 prospects, you get 4 or 5 on the phone, would you agree? Can I get your agreement in comments that this is true? You're offering to send them daily updates. You say, I'm a great negotiator, except for the buyer says, now the buyer's at least thinking, well, I don't need you to be a negotiator for me. I can, now that I have access to all the listings in MLS, I can go around you, find out who the listing agent is, deal directly with the listing agent, and maybe save more money that way. So all these things that we've been taught to say, let's agree they're not working as well as they used to. So what made me successful, and many of you know my story, within 3 years of having my real estate license, I go from no experience, right? Never sold anything in my life, knew nothing about marketing, really dumb as a pile of rocks. In year number 1 to 36 months later, I was named the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world. So how did that happen? How did I go from no confidence, I knew nothing about marketing, doing things the old way, like doing what you were told to do? All right, that's what we do when you get into real estate. We look around at what everyone else is doing and we do what we're told to do. And I struggled that first year because what I was offering buyers and sellers was exactly the same as what the other agents were offering. And today, most of what we would say, what we were taught to say, falls on deaf ears. So here's what I started to do. I started to think about, well, what is it that buyers really, really want that they can't find by themselves online? They can't do a quick Google search. What can I offer them that all the other real estate agents aren't offering them? Because it has to be so good. Would you agree the buyers have to call us? Okay, us calling them, I'm not going to say it's dead, but it's very difficult. Honestly, let me know in comments, if you were to buy 100 leads from Zillow or Realtor or whatever, if you called 100 of them, how many would you actually reach? How many of the 100, let me know in the comments, would you actually reach in having meaningful conversation with? 3 or 4 or 5. And then you've got a bigger battle, which is now I got to convince them to meet with me so I can tell them what they do. Okay, all of that is unnecessary. So here's how we're going to do it. First of all, we're going to teach you how to take what you would say if you met with a buyer or seller and do a presentation online, just like I'm doing here with you, right? You're going to get to know who I am. If you don't know who I am, hopefully you'll feel, well, Craig really knows what he's doing. But I'm giving you a presentation right now, and it's costing me $0. And if you like my presentation, then you'll start to see my stuff over and over again. So we teach real estate agents how to do this, how to specifically target the people in your community that you would most want to work with. And then we don't need to talk to them on the phone or meet with them at their kitchen table to tell them what we do. Just like I'm telling you what I do right now, and I'm giving you a really good presentation. Nobody called you. I'm not sitting at your kitchen table, right? Now, what we say in these presentations that are online, so people, remember we talked about people start their search, their real estate search online. So when they Google real estate in your area, you've got to come up, but it can't be like just you with the RE/MAX balloon or I'm great or I'm #1, I'm a great negotiator, I've lived in this town for 17 years. You've got to offer them what? We got to offer them something they really want and they can't get it anywhere else. They can't find it by themselves, not being offered by their agent. So here's an example of what we would do. You can still say, I'm going to send you information on all, priority access to all the new listings from all the different real estate companies. But you want to sweeten the pot and say, but our list also includes unlisted and off-market properties, okay? Homes that are not for sale yet. Now, before you get your knickers in a knot and you say, well, we're not allowed to do that, that's a pocket listing, understand how we're doing this. These are not pocket listings. These are not houses that are listed at all. Once we have a conversation with the buyer, we ask the buyer what they're looking for, what area they're looking for, and we tell them we're going to go into that neighborhood and we're going to market to homeowners in that neighborhood. Let's say the neighborhood's called Glenway Estates. So, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, if you commit to working with me, not only am I going to send you all the new listings from all the different real estate companies, but in addition to that, I'm going to get you access to properties that you couldn't find on your own and access to properties that other agents wouldn't send you. Now, let's just pretend for a minute that you knew how to do that. Let me know in comments, would that be a good advantage for you? Would that be good? Would you like to learn how to do it? Okay, so here's how we do it. We say if you commit to us, so they got to commit to us in the form of a buyer agency agreement, because I'm not going to go into that neighborhood. Let's say it's called Glenway Estates. I'm going to communicate with all the homeowners. And what I'm looking for is a homeowner in Glenway Estates that's thinking of selling their home, but they're not yet listed. Okay, now, when we find a homeowner like that who's realistic on price and we believe it's a good match for our buyer, we're going to have the homeowner sign a commission agreement with us. So we're never listing it on MLS. That means you're not subjected to these rules where you've got to list the house in 20, or you got to get it on MLS. It's not on MLS. We're not listing it. Here's a good example. Let's say that you are working with a buyer and you sold them a for sale by owner. You're not listing the for sale by owner. You're just getting a commission agreement signed by the FSBO that if your buyer buys a property, the for sale by owner is going to pay you. So it's that kind of a deal. Now, we're not going to tell the buyer about any of these homes unless we've vetted the homes. We're going to go over and look at them and make sure the seller's realistic on price and make sure the seller's going to pay us. And we're only going to do that if we believe this home is going to be a good match for our buyer. If it is, and our buyer likes it and buys it, we're now going to get the buyer's listing. Would you agree? We've helped the buyer find an off-market property, and what you're able to say to the buyer is you will literally be the only buyer that knows about these properties. No one else will know about them. So they like that. The buyers like that. Now, some of you might be saying, well, why would a seller do this? Why wouldn't the seller, wouldn't they get more money if they just listed their home on MLS? Why would they sell it off market to your buyer? And the answer is convenience. So will all the homeowners that are considering selling respond to my marketing? No. But a lot of them today will, because convenience is very, very important to people. You know, a lot of real estate agents think the number one thing that homeowners want is a lower commission. That's not true. The number one thing that homeowners want is convenience. So when you're able to say to a homeowner, hey, this buyer is so motivated, they've asked me to reach out to not only you, but all the other homeowners in the area to find out who's thinking of selling. This might be your opportunity, Mr. and Mrs. Home Seller, to sell your home for absolutely top dollar, and most importantly, sell it quickly. Sell it without all the hassle of listing your home, right? That's why there's all these iBuyer companies out there. Open Door, right? OfferPad. The reason instant cash offer companies are very popular today is because of convenience. The same reason you pay a lot more for your food to get it delivered to you with Uber Eats or Skip the Dishes, right? It's you're paying way more for it, but it's convenience. So we're offering convenience to homeowners that, hey, this is our buyer. They're so motivated. They've asked me to contact not only you, but all the other neighbors. And so this is one way that you can differentiate yourself from all the other agents, because you're offering the buyers something they truly want. You're actually willing to roll up your sleeves and to market to that neighborhood to find homeowners that are thinking of selling. Now, let's say that I get 4 or 5 homeowners in Glenway Estates that are like, yeah, I'd be interested if your buyer, paid me what I believed it was worth, and I could do this very quickly. But my buyer's only going to buy one. They're not going to buy all 4 or 5 sellers that responded. Now, For the other home sellers, I could either try to find them a buyer in my database, or then we could talk about listing the house. And of course, if we list it, then all the pocket listing rules apply, and we have to list the house in MLS, broker load it in MLS in 48 hours, and all that kind of stuff. Here's another thing that we can do. We can also offer the buyer distress sales and bank foreclosures. Now, as real estate agents, we know that not every bank foreclosure represents a great deal. How many of you would agree? You've seen bank foreclosure properties before that are a total mess inside, and it would take they're beat up, but it doesn't matter. Public perception is, if it's a distress sale, if it's a bank foreclosure, it's a really, really good deal. So watch how my offer sounds and see if this is better than what we've been taught to say. Okay, so here's Craig 1.0, right? Hey, would you like to receive the emails of the houses that are on the internet? That was my big offer. And of course, buyers would say, like, no, we don't need you for that. Craig 2.0, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, would you like to receive priority access to not only all the homes that are on the MLS listed with all the different real estate companies, and as the new ones come in, you'll get those as well. But in addition, I can get you access to unlisted, off-market properties, homes that aren't even on the market. You will literally be the only buyer that know about it. And we can get you access to distress sales and bank foreclosures. Receiving this information is absolutely free of charge, and you're never obligated to do anything. Would that interest you? Which do you think is a better offer? Obviously the latter, right? So let's do it again. Let's do it together. So you don't have to completely change what you're doing. Talk about what you offer right now is, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, would you like to get access, priority access to all the homes on MLS from all the different real estate companies? Also, now this is where it gets better. Also, I can get you access to unlisted and off-market properties in any neighborhood that you choose. And I can get you access to distress sales and bank foreclosures. There's never any obligation to buy a home, and this information is absolutely free of charge. Is that something you might be interested in? Now, if you say this correctly, they'll say, yes, I want it. Now, you're going to say, great. When's a good time for us to get together so I can take down exactly what you're looking for? They're going to say, why do we need to meet? Why can't I just tell you over the phone what I'm looking for? And you're going to say, because I want to do a good job for you. Pause there for a minute. How many of you would agree if the buyer would actually sit down and meet with you at the onset? It's something that's not only better for the buyer, it's better for you, right? It's not just something good for you, it's good for them too, because we would have a better understanding of what they're looking for. Now, remember, they don't want to meet with us. So they're going to say things like, well, I don't get it. Can't I just tell you over the phone what I'm looking for? Can't I just email you my criteria? Be very careful. Don't take their criteria over the phone. I want you to say this. You're going to shake their confidence a little bit. Well, the reason I want to meet is I want to do a great job for you. Rather than me emailing you a ton of homes that don't match your criteria, or even worse, missing out on the perfect property, if we can get together for about 15 minutes, I can have a perfect understanding of exactly what you're looking for. Now, if that doesn't work, go here. For example, Mr. and Mrs. Homebuyer, would you be interested in homes on corner lots? Oh, no, we would never want a home on a corner lot. Would you be interested in homes that have aluminum wiring? Oh, no, they're a fire hazard. Would you be interested in homes that have formaldehyde insulation? Oh, no, that stuff causes cancer, right? You're going to now talk about a few obvious eliminators. And this shakes their confidence because now they're thinking, well, maybe there's more to this than actually meets the eye. So once they meet with us, the next step is I teach you what to say during the meeting so they want to sign the buyer agency agreement. We can't make them meet with us, right? And we can't make them sign anything. This has to be about them wanting to meet with you because you're offering something they really, really want. Okay? And this has to be about them wanting you to represent them because what you're offering them is really, really compelling. Smash the like button if this makes sense. Okay, smash the like button if this makes sense, or maybe a little, give me a little heart there. And Let me know if you applied this, if you started to say this, not only the words that come out of your mouth, but let's magnify this now. Not only are you going to use this language that make this great offer with the words that come out of your mouth, but you're going to start advertising this, first of all, for $0 on Facebook Marketplace. On Facebook Marketplace, your ad could say, are you tired of looking at overpriced listings? Having difficulty finding the perfect home? Would you like to get access to unlisted and off-market homes? Bank foreclosures and distress sales? They will message you. When they message you, by the way, they're going to say, is it still available? And you're going to reply back as your assistant. And you're going to say, Craig's in a meeting right now, but he would like to give you access to all the homes that match your criteria, including unlisted and off-market homes. If you have an assistant, they can do this for you. But Craig would like to know a good phone number and time to call you back so he can get you access to all the homes that match your criteria and information on unlisted, off-market, distress sales, and bank foreclosures. Let us know a good time and number for Craig to call you back. Now, we found about 15% of prospects will respond. This costs you $0. You can run a whole bunch of these ads on Facebook Marketplace. Now, think about this. If you're about to say, well, these are bad leads, well, hang on a minute. First of all, they go to Facebook, they click on Facebook Marketplace, right? They click on Homes for Sale, they click on your ad, and you respond with, Craig's in a meeting, you're in a meeting right now, when's a good time for us to call you back? Just use it exactly how I've laid it out. About 15% will respond always with the correct phone number. They're not going to respond if they give you a wrong phone number, they just wouldn't respond. This is like an ad call. Look at all the hoops they've jumped through. Now, you can also take these messages and run them on Facebook as paid ads for $5 to $10 a day. Now, once you have the buyers calling you and the buyers working with you and you find them a home, guess what you're going to get now? You're going to get listings. This is how we get listings. Every buyer is a home, every seller is a buyer first, right? Does that make sense? Every homeowner who's thinking about making a move is thinking about where they're going to go first before they think about sticking a for sale sign on their front lawn. Right? Not too many home sellers are going to jump out of bed one day without any preamble and stick a for sale sign on their lawn. How many of you have sellers right now that even if you brought them an offer way over what their house is worth, they would not accept that offer because they haven't found another place yet? You probably have home sellers that would like to move, but you can't find them anything. And the reason you can't find them anything is because you're limited to what is listed. So let's not limit ourselves. Why limit ourselves? My wife says that when we go shopping. I like this person, I like that person. Why limit myself, right? Why limit ourselves to offering what all the other agents are offering, right? A new listing comes up and it's sold right away. And your buyer is frustrated. And your buyer's not going to list their home until you find them another property. Aren't they going to think that you provide something better than the other agents? Can you see how you're being a bit more proactive? You're not being passive rather than sitting back and saying, well, gee, I hope Remax or Keller Williams lists something for my buyer. No, you're saying to the buyer, you tell me what you're looking for. I'm going to go out to the world. I'm going to go into those communities, those neighborhoods that you're interested in, and I'm going to find you a buyer. Now, the great part about this is you're going to get all the commission. And now some of you are like, oh, well, should I drop it because I'm bringing the buyer? No. Remember, this is a convenience for the buyer. It's also convenience to the seller, right? They're getting priority access. They're literally getting information on homes that nobody else knows about, okay? So I want you to start applying this. I want you to start testing this out. Now, if this is of interest to you, like how many of you have found this extremely helpful today? Let me know in the comments if you found this extremely helpful. Because I have information on how to do this that I want to offer you. Hang on one sec. I just printed this out. I have this report, and you can see I'm really out of toner here. But this report is called 7 Essential Strategies to Make Money with Buyers in the Current Marketplace. Now, if you want this report, okay, it's like 14 pages, type in to the comments below, free report. Okay, if you like this, I'm going to give you more. I'm going to give you details on all the things that we do to help buyers and attract buyers. So in the comments below, type in your email address. Sorry, not free report. Type in your email address, and we're going to email it to you. Okay, so type in your email address, and we'll send that out to you. If you want to book a call with my office, okay, my team, about what we do, that's also $0. It's free of charge. Now listen up here. I've got limited spots, but we would ask you a bunch of questions about what you're doing right now to attract buyers and sellers. And for free, we'll give you some of our ideas to try out. The best way for Craig Proctor to prove that I can help you is just to start helping you, like we did here today. Okay, so you go to, where do you go to? ProctorConsult.com. Okay, so if someone can type that into the comments below, my name, Proctor Consult, no space, ProctorConsult.com. And that's a clickable link. When you go there, you'll go to my Acuity Day Timer. Pick a day and a time that works for you, and we'll spend an hour working on your business. You're thinking, what's the catch? Well, if you really like this and you think I'm very helpful to you, you may want to hire me. And if not, that's okay too. I'm good. I sold over 10,000 homes, and I've created more millionaire real estate agents in the real estate industry than any other coach or trainer or guru out there. So this is my way of giving back to you. Now let's get back to this presentation that I gave you. Do you notice how you're still watching it? You know, we're a half an hour into this thing and you're still watching this, and it cost me $0. Now, I can take a recording, I can take this video and I can push this out to every real estate agent that's ever watched any of my stuff. They've been pixeled, right? I am going to take this training session, I'm going to have it on YouTube, I'm going to have it on LinkedIn, but you can do the same thing. So we want to recognize that buyers start their search online, and I want you to Google yourself and then see what comes up. Can people find you? Now, when they find you, or when you find, what are you going to do? What are you saying to them? How do they know what you do? Without you speaking to them on the phone or personally meeting with them at their kitchen table, they would have no idea of what you do. What you know what to say. Like you would say to me, well, Craig, when I'm face to face with a buyer or seller, I'm really good. Yeah, that's not the problem. The problem is they either don't know you, or even if they do know you, they don't get it. They don't understand what's different or better about you. So we teach you to create a video buyer benefits presentation and a seller benefits presentation. And imagine if we took your best stuff. If you recorded a 10-minute video and you said, hey, my name's John. I'm with Keller Williams. I've worked in this city for 17 years. Here's what makes me different and better. Here are the services that I provide. Now, we're going to take that video with your best stuff, and I'll teach you how to make it better. Where's it going to go? It's going to go on your Facebook page. It's going to go on YouTube. You could take that video and you could email it out to your sphere of influence. How about this? All your unconverted leads. What did we talk about a minute ago? You know, you're buying these leads from Zillow and Realtor, and you reach like 5 out of 100. Well, where did the other 95 go? The other 95 leads that you paid for that you couldn't reach on the phone go into your CRM, into your unconverted leads database, never to be spoken to again. How about we do this? We create the video, your buyer benefit, your seller benefit videos, and we can email a link to that video to your database. We can text this buyer benefit video to your database. Let's take all the great stuff about you and make sure the world knows about it. And this would cost you $0. How many of you would agree these ideas cost you $0? It cost me $0 to talk to you. Some of you will become Craig Proctor clients because you kind of get to feel me, you know what I'm about. Hopefully you like this, right? And so you're pixeled now. So you're going to start to see my stuff over and over again. Some of you already are. Let me teach you how to do that with your clients. So as soon as they search real estate, boom, you come up, but your video comes up. Now your call to action on all your videos is going to be, call me. You know, my name's Craig Proctor. I work at RE/MAX. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Call me or text me at this number. We don't want to be driving them to landing pages or any of that nonsense because they give you a fake phone number. You can never reach them on the phone. No, no, no. The new call to action is them calling you. So they search anything to do with real estate. Boom, you come up, your video. We do a really good job of explaining who you are, what you do, all these cool services that you provide. And the call to action is they call you. How easy would that be? That's how I became the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world. It's not like I instantly got better in 36 months. I figured out through effective marketing and understanding what it is that buyers and sellers wanted, how to get them calling me. Okay? You guys are good agents. You just need to get it back, like the baseball analogy, right? You could be the greatest hitter in the world, but if the manager never put you up to bat, you're not going to be successful. So Craig Proctor Marketing gives you more at-bats. Let the marketing, let the video do the heavy lifting for you so people are calling you. They already know who you are. They feel like they know you. How many of you are doing this already and you experience that? You get to their house and the prospect, the seller's like, oh my God, I can't believe you came here myself. We see you everywhere, right? So this pre-selling, we're going to do the heavy work with video. We're going to reach people. Let's email them. There's a better chance they'll see the email than pick up your phone call. Let's text them. How about this? They won't answer the phone, but we're going to be inside their news feed. You're inside their phone. Does that make sense? They won't answer the phone, but I'm going to show you how to be inside their phone. So wherever they go, they see you. They know who you are. They understand what makes you different and better. So I've got a report here. If you want the report, type in your email address and we'll get that out. But most importantly, if you're real serious about doing this, book a call with us. Free, no obligation, doesn't cost you anything. We're not going to try to sell you stuff. We're going to explain how this works. I want you coming to me, right? That's what I'm teaching you to do. I want to do such a great job that you're intrigued by this. You're like, you know, there's a reason why Craig Proctor's created more millionaire real estate agents than any other coach or trainer or guru. First of all, let me tell you why that is. I actually made millions of dollars selling real estate. I sold over 10,000 homes. A lot of these coaches have no track record or a fake track record. It's very difficult for somebody to teach you how to make millions of dollars if they've never made millions of dollars. Agree? So give me your comments below. If you haven't checked in, let us know the city and marketplace that you serve. And make sure to smash the like button. Maybe give me a little heart if you've enjoyed this session. Also, I got one more thing for you. I have a private Facebook group with all my big shooters. If you want to be part of the private group, it serves me because you're going to hang around with thousands of Craig Proctor members who are making millions of dollars a year. If you want to be part of my private group, we've got about 8,000 members. Just type into chat private group. Okay, type into chat private group and we'll get you an invitation to the private group. And for everybody else, proctorconsult.com. Type it in again, please, proctorconsult.com. There are probably a few appointments left, but we will, if you like this, you're going to like a one-on-one with us, believe us, because we'll get to know your business, ask you a bunch of questions that would be extremely helpful to you. So we're going to wrap it up. If you know other agents that would benefit from this, hit the share button. Make sure you share this. Maybe share it with your broker owner. Your broker owner wants to help agents. But let's get the word out. Let's spread the word. There's a better way to do this, and it's right here in front of you. So thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate you being here. This is Real Estate Coach Craig Proctor. Now go do this stuff, and we'll talk to you next time. Take care. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.